Alright, Vasek, where are we?
We are in Bled. We arrived in 2 in the morning.
What a nice road it was.
It was fucking cold in the night. And I'm tired as fuck.
Life is hard.
Life is hard, yeah.
You may be wondering, what the hell are we doing? Sleeping in a car on the side of the road in a foreign country. Well, let me tell you a story. First, roll the intro. Last summer, with my good friend Vasek, we had the idea to go on a road trip through the Balkans in September. But we did not plan much. We only had our starting point, Police, not Medellin. For those who are bad in geography, and that's totally cool, Police is this little town located on the northeast part of the Czech Republic. As you have probably guessed, it's where Vasek lives. So the 7th of September, I jumped into a plane and flew to the capital Prague, where Vasek was supposed to pick me up. For those who don't know him, I met Vasek in 2017 when we were both studying in Finland. For 6 months, we were flatmates and we lived our best life in Kouvola, as you can see in those pictures. The idea of this road trip was to drive south through the Balkans and discover as much of these beautiful countries as we could. Since neither of us like to plan holidays, we've decided to take a leap on the unknown and plan only the first day. The rest of the trip will be decided from day to day. Here is our itinerary. After making the list of all the essential we've needed and choosing which music playlist to download on Spotify, which is, by the way, very important, we've started to prepare the car for this adventure, the great Sharan. And after a few hours, it was finally time to leave. Here we are, 24 and 27 years old friends, unemployed, but seeking for adventure and lifetime memories, cruising the Balkans for 15 days. After our first night parked on the side of the road, we were ready to explore the beautiful lake and its surroundings. A short stroll later around the lake and a few step climb, we enjoyed the magnificent view from the castle. We ended up the day by going for a swim in the Lake Bohemia nearby. What a first day! After a few hours of crazy driving through the Slovenian mountains in the dark, we finally arrived in Pula, Croatia. The city, located in the Istria region, is well known for its magnificent Roman amphitheater from the 1st century. We spent the day trying to get some good photos and enjoying our second day on the road. Day 3. Today we drove 300 kilometers along the coast and we've stopped for an unforgettable 7-hour hike in the Paklenica National Park.
Where are we, Vasek?
We are in Paklenica.
We are lost.
No, we are not lost, Brendan. We need to go that way.
Spoiler, we were lost, but we eventually found our way and reached the top. Those mountains were steep and the path was not easy, but it's extremely rewarding when you get to the top. The view is incredible. Going on a road trip is something truly special. There is a sense of adventure that comes to mind as soon as you say the word or even think about it. And with some roads begin the most epic journey, and no wonder. We were on one of them. On the 5th day of the road trip, we've decided to make a stop to explore the charming city of Zadar. With its lovely old town and the sea organ, the city is really worth visiting. Oh yeah, we had some good pizzas there too. In the afternoon, we got back on the road with only one mission: reach the Zarmania Canyon for sunset. This place is well known for being the set of a Western movie called Vinnetou. Don't ask me, I've never watched it, probably won't, but the soundtrack is pretty cool though. After one of the most incredible sunsets I've ever witnessed, it was time to discover another beauty of Croatia, the Kraka waterfalls. These waterfalls are located in the Kraka National Park. After a 20-minute boat ride, you arrive in paradise. There are no other words. Unlike the famous Plivice National Park, here you can swim in the waterfalls. Truly magical. After spending few hours in the water, we drove to Split to experience the nightlife there. Well, let's say that we were not disappointed at all. In the morning, we were on our way to a new country. While going to Bosnia-Herzegovina, I did not know what to expect from Mostar, since I don't really know the city. I've only heard about the bridge, which is quite famous. After eating some good local food at a cheap restaurant, we've started to explore the city. It still has the scars from the war, so it's quite common to see abandoned buildings and bullet marks all over the walls. On the bridge, you can see few brave Bosnians jumping from it for tourists. We ended the visit by spending some time in the bazaar, where you can buy some local crafts. Definitely a place to explore. George Bernard Shaw said about our next stop: "Those who seek paradise on earth should come to Dubrovnik." He was damn right. Well, at age time there were probably less tourists though. The city, also known as the Pearl of the Adriatic, is definitely worth visiting. Get lost into the narrow street of the old town. Walking into the walls which enclose the city, or admiring the beautiful architecture. There are a lot of things to do there. You won't get bored. On the afternoon, we crossed the Montenegro's border and drove along the coast towards the city of Kotor. The next morning, we were waking up by one friendly donkey and his two friends, the cows. As the sun rose in the horizon, the feeling of freedom we experienced that morning on the top of the mountain overhanging the Kotos fjord was indefinable. We spent the rest of the morning exploring an old fortress. Then we hit the road again towards Albania. After a well-deserved stop to swim in the Adriatic Sea, we've crossed the border of the Thousand Balkans country.
But we made it to Albania, my friend.
Yes, my friend, it was good experience.
Why don't you park behind this?
I don't know. That's the problem. I don't think so. I can. Oh, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, take your time, my friend.
Stadium. Let's park around here then.
I'm sweating. I'm sweaty as fuck.
Mom spaghetti.
At first, our plan was only to stop in Skadar to eat some food at a local restaurant. Not only we had a delicious pizza there, we also spent the rest of the afternoon visiting the city. And I got the cheapest haircut of my life for €3.40.
Oh, yo. This is something else.
During the evening, we drove to Tirana and started to explore the city by night. I was a bit disappointed by the capital of Albania, maybe because we did not explore it during the daylight and couldn't appreciate all that the city has to offer. New day, new country. On our way to Skopje, the North Macedonian capital, we stopped for a few hours in Ohrid. The city, located near the biggest lake of the country, is overlooked by an old fortress. We had a good time there. In the evening, we drove to Skopje, where we discovered a vibrant capital. We spent the morning exploring, again, an old fortress. Then we walked to the bazaar to finally arrive to the heart of the city, where we found a few spectacular statues and fountains. Oh yeah, we also made a quick stop to Pristina, the capital of Kosovo. I had many fantasies about how Kosovo would look like, and I was very surprised.
This is Kosovo.
People here look right. Like normal people. That's weird, huh? One would say they are people.
Unfortunately, it was raining, so I did not record the day, but it was a very fun experience. And from now, I can say that I've been to Kosovo.
Welcome to Serbia.
As our trip was coming to an end, we decided to drive back to Czech Republic, but without forgetting to stop in a few cities on our way home. So that day, we started to cross the whole country of Serbia. A 10-hour drive. Our goal was to reach the capital Belgrade for the night. But little did we know that our day was full of surprises.
No road.
There is a road. We have that from.
Let's just take this road then.
It's mud road.
Remember, I told you about the Spotify playlist. Belgrade, or Belgrade as you may know the city, is full of life. After a night well spent in pub, with the stated goal of tasting every local beers, we've started to meander in the city. I was very attracted by the capital of Serbia and its lively city center. Definitely a place I want to go back and explore more. Every story has a beginning and an end. After 15 days on the road and a last stop in the lovely city of Budapest, it is time to go back home with my head full of unforgettable memories. This trip will be definitely remembered. From this lifetime experience, I have only one advice for you. Go outside, discover the world, and see you next time for another adventure.